If you can't tell, I'm kind of dreading this segment we're about to do.
Good. I
never
love seeing you squirm.
I know, I've never seen you sweat so much.
All right, look, anyone who listened to the show a few weeks ago, you might remember I told the story of me going to the Logies and approaching the Sunrise weather presenter, Sam Mack, because a couple of years prior, I had done work experience with him. And when I was at this work experience, I showed up an absolute hungover mess.
Made a fool of yourself.
I did.
Embarrassment.
And because it had been a couple of years, when I saw him at the Logies, I thought, oh, surely he won't remember me. He won't remember that drunken mess that came into work experience and was absolutely unprofessional and a bit embarrassing in every way. But as it turned out, he did. Have a listen. I went up to him and I said, Sam, hi. You probably don't remember me, but I did work experience with you a couple of years ago. And he goes, oh, yeah, I remember you. You were the work experience kid that we asked to help us come up with ideas, and you did nothing.
Oh my God, that's your legacy with them.
Can you imagine? I was mortified. Like, I was so embarrassed. I just wish he knew the backstory. Like, oh, if only he knew.
I mean, you could call him up and tell him on this show.
No.
I feel like you could redeem yourself.
Okay.
We're going to find it out.
This could work. Leave it with me. I'll pull some strings and see if I can get him on the show. And chase it up, I did. I was successful in emailing his management back and forth, getting a hold of his contact details. He agreed to come on the show. Even after that, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this.
I think my favourite part of this is the fact that you had to chase it up and you had to go through this and go through the pain.
If you've gone through all of this to get his details and then you don't call, you're going to look even stupider.
Yeah.
Of course I had to do it. It'd kill one of you two to bloody do it, wouldn't it?
Nah.
Yeah, well, we're just silly women. Silly women.
Look, like you say, Aisling, it'd be a waste to come this far and not be willing to embarrass myself a little bit further because I was worried. I was like, well, can my pride cop this battering? But you know what? Bugger it. I'm just going to own up and just going to tell him the story. Apparently, he's actually already been told the story. His management have filled him in. So I'm just going to... I don't really know what I'm going to do. Just beg for forgiveness, I guess.
Say you're sorry,
press hello.
idiot. You
Right.
drunken mess.
I'm dialing him up now.
You drunk now?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, are you?
now.
When was your last drink? How are you doing?
I'm really nervous. I don't usually get nervous before interviews.
You're having a nervy bee.
Hello.
Hi, is that Sam?
Yes, it is.
Sam, it's Mitch Coombs calling. How are you?
Good, Mitch. How are you?
I'm still a little bit embarrassed to speak to you, to be honest. I feel like I have a little bit of explaining to do. I believe you've been made aware of a situation. I believe you've been filled in on what happened at the Logies and on work experience and all that.
Yeah, look, I think it's important that, we talk about these things. So,
Let's talk about it, Mitchell.
Now, I want to point out there's no animosity from my point of view. I was just sad because it was a missed opportunity for you. The whole point of work experience is to go in there, to be keen, to apply yourself, to show people that you've got ideas and you're excited to have a crack. Now, you went MIA. We gave you the opportunity. We put it on the platter for you and said, hey, why don't you come up with some ideas and, we'll see what we can work in. Nothing. Not even a half-baked idea. We would have accepted a half-baked idea.
I know. I've actually come to learn through further work experience and stuff like that, like, even shit ideas, like, at least you're pitching something. So you think I would have mustered up an effort.
I'm the king of shit ideas. Most of mine get on the air. I mean, we'll just take anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's the basis of our show right now. Just any shit idea we have and we throw it together. It's the only good one we've had in a while, to be honest.
But look, despite the lack of animosity, I would still like to apologise for not being on the ball that day. And I certainly didn't walk away not regretting it. I was really beating myself up because, like you said, it was a missed opportunity.
Well, look, the good thing is you're aware of it. We've addressed it. And I presume that part of why you've got me on today is because you're going to share those 10 amazing ideas that you've been working on over the last couple of years. And I am ready.
Ooh, I'm ready too. What are they, Mitchell?
What have you got?
Well, this isn't helping at all, is it? But look, I'm gonna try and attempt to soften my own blow here and see. Sam, have you? Come on, be honest. Have you ever rocked up to maybe not necessarily television, but some sort of thing where you expected to put on a professional front, a little bit under the weather, a little bit tipsy still?
I think most people have had at least a couple of those moment. Yes, I have.
Thank God.
I've done a radio show where, I had an excuse. So I wasn't supposed to be on the radio show, but then someone pulled out early in the morning and they called me at 5 a.m. when I'd been out until 3:30 a.m. and said, we need you to do the show. And I said, oh, no, that is not a good idea. To the point where the producer came to my house to pick me up and basically dragged me in there. I did the show somehow, and then on the way out, the big boss, the group program director, said, oh, Sam, have you got a second? Brought me in, sat me down and said, mate, your energy today was spot on. You absolutely nailed everything about that show. I know you actually noticed that was perfect. So the lesson is, it's not always bad.
Well, I feel like when sometimes it wasn't the case for me when I was on work experience with you, but I feel like sometimes when you're going to such an effort to mask the fact that you're not 100%, you give 110, you actually end up being like quite good.
Did you just think that we would forget that we'd asked you for ideas?
I was hoping. I was like, I literally said nothing. The amount of times I've walked past people in the street that have said nothing, it doesn't stay with me because it's literally nothing. So you've got a good memory. I'll give you that.
Well, I've particularly got a good memory considering you approached me at about, what was it, midnight at the Logies after party?
Yes. Yeah.
And how did you get in there, by the way?
I was there for work. I work for Kyle and Jackie O now, so we were there covering it.
So do you bat up ideas for Kyle and Jackie O?
I do, believe it or not, yes.
It was one of them to get Pete Deckler into Pete to go to the press conference.
That is a good idea.
Now, look, you've obviously had to have been the work experience kid a number of times to get where you are now. What are some places that you had to do work experience at when you were, a young thing?
I did a lot of work experience. So I grew up in Adelaide, so I did TV stations there. I would write letters and then go in there and, basically hang around. Radio stations, I did a lot of community radio, hosted my own community radio shows, hosted my own community TV shows, basically anywhere that would take me. We even paid to get on the air. Basically, I was a really vain piece of work, young kid. Not much has changed, but I really just wanted to be on camera. I wanted to be on air. I wanted to write articles. I had my own publication while I was studying at TAFE. Yes, I'm a TAFE success story called The Fake Times, which is basically a parody. Yes, I was doing the Food Advocate before they were. So I've done a lot.
Did you ever fangirl over people that you had admired from a distance for all that time? Because that's something I suppose struggle isn't the word. It's good to pinch yourself. But every time I see someone who I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm meeting you. I've watched you on screen for years. Is that a thing for you?
Absolutely. So Sean McAuliffe, I still have that feeling. I ran into him at an airport recently. And, I was in two minds. Do I go and say hello? Do I not? I don't want to make it weird. He probably just wants to read the paper and drink his coffee. But I went over and it was one of the best experiences I've had. We had a good 20-minute chat and I learned a lot. And, I think most people that I've found in TV and radio media, if you approach them and if you're just honest and just go, hey, I really enjoy what you do, can I ask a couple of questions? Most people are really good about it.
Well, people love when you blow smoke up their ass. Like, let's be honest.
Absolutely. That's the fuel that people need to burn. So I would 100% recommend get in there and introduce yourself and just chat to them.
Well, look, Sam Mack, it's been lovely to have a sober conversation with you. Thank you so much for joining the show.
My pleasure, guys. And I'm glad to see that you've gone on to do other things. You didn't let that really bring you down to a point where you quit show business.
Not My Cup of Tea with Aislinn, Mitch and Tal.